Hello, and welcome back to some more Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. As you can see, we have some super cool knight armor that we took off a dead guy last time. And we can put it on, we can wear it, but yeah, our strength, dexterity, and endurance are all too low, so we basically don't get any stats from it. But dang if we don't look cool, huh? Yeah, we're gonna have to, unfortunately, go back to what we were using. Anyways, we were just about to, I think, make it to a city. I'm hoping. I really like to sell some stuff. We're pretty overburdened. I think there's a stash too, because when we were talking to the creepy merchant guy, there was an option to access stash, or like sell from stash. So I'm hoping we can get something like that, because I would love to drop that knight armor in a chest, because it is quite heavy. Is this a city, please? Oh, well, there's a fast travel point. That's good. Hey, are you dead? Your money or your life? Get up, soldier. The enemy is coming. Hello? Hello? Get up, soldier. The enemy is coming.
Whoa, what's happening? In the name of the old mother, what are you doing? I could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before.
And I haven't seen you before. No, more like I could have stabbed you, and I didn't. You couldn't. You're so drunk you can barely hold your sword. I'm a traveler. I was told I could find safe haven here in the Horns.
But we don't just let anybody in, pal. You need to have, things, proof. Things to prove you're safe. For haven. Yeah.
Here, I have this pin. I was told I'd find a safe haven here.
This pin. I can't say I see it very clearly at this present moment, but it does look important. Very official. But I remember Fergus said something about all this, these emblems once. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye, royal person, on behalf of the keepers. You are a great friend to our home. Welcome. Please, speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. He runs things around here in the captain's absence. He'll greet thee properly. Have a pleasant rest of the day. Open it up, boys!
Yeah, we were told about Fergus from the picked down in the dungeon, right? I think so. 8.
All mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed virgins. And who might you be? You don't look like one of them.
No, I'm not a repressed virgin. That's what separates us. You seem angry.
Oh, do I now? You would be too if you had to deal with those sniveling morons when they're up to something. Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you can't smell bullshit from a mile away. There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the bottom of it. And here's a brilliant idea. You're going to help me.
Am I? That's actually a response. Am I?
I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting with his delivery. Although I'm pretty sure he knows this already.
Who's Brindan?
You don't know? He's the captain of this entire circus. I thought since they let you in, you must have an in with him. And it turns out you know even less than I do.
That's saying a lot.
There's something going on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. I've been doing business with the captain for years now. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. They won't let me further in, not even to set up camp in the village. But they won't let me out either. Anyway, good luck to you. Come and visit if you need anything.
Sure. Open shop. What are you selling? Traveler's boots. Wow, those actually make you pretty fast. They're also really expensive. Why is everything so expensive in this game, man? I can't afford it. Fire arrows, nice. Sketchbook allows sketching. Can you actually sketch in this game? Allows scouting. There are too many cool tools. From now on, you can use the sketchbook whenever you want to draw what you see. That is really, really cool. And a spyglass? You can use the spyglass within the game world whenever you'd like to scout distant areas or mark points of interest. That's also pretty cool. We'll buy another torch. Yeah, see, sell from stash, but I haven't seen a stash. You don't get one at your campfire. I just sold one of our torches. Let's buy that back. Let's get rid of some of these things. You're way too heavy right now. Problem is, I want to keep a lot of these things. Yeah, so now we can sketch something. Can we sketch her? No, I didn't mean to talk to you. Can I sketch you? That's pretty awesome. All right, maybe there's something else I could help you with.
You do realize you won't score any points with the Keepers by helping me, right? Those holier-than-thou soldier boys have no idea what it takes to be a merchant in this sorry world. The things we have to do sometimes aren't exactly done according to the rule book.
Just tell me what you want. I'm interested.
There's a woman from the tribes called Nest. She's my supplier. At least, I think she's still working for me. I haven't heard from her in a while, and she was supposed to bring me some really precious cargo. Something the captain wanted me to arrange. You still up for an adventure, hmm?
Yeah. Any idea where I could find her?
My guess, and it's only a guess, is that at some point she must have been somewhere around the bay. That beach near the Whale's Tooth. Rumor has it that Bromar No-Face and his thugs are fond of that place, which wouldn't be good news for Nest.
So, the reward.
You'll get paid, of course. Just let me know what happened. And bring back the cargo, if she still has it. Well, off you go.
And you can even steal from shops in this game. Hello, sir. May I paint your portrait? I guess sketch your portrait, same thing.
Oh, a new face. It's always nice to see someone new here. Welcome. Why didn't I notice you earlier?
You seem distracted.
Yes, my apologies. Ever since breakfast today, I've been sort of lost in thought. I keep thinking of my dear mother's cooking, especially her famous pie. You see, all we got here is venison and fish. Venison, then fish. And then fish, and more fish. I can live with all the bullshit that's thrown at us soldiers. But the longer I live, the more I realize there's not much to live for, except food.
That's relatable.
And
I also live for your
kill
mom's
for a
pie.
slice of that pie.
And food. Couldn't you just make it yourself?
As if it were that easy. I ain't much of a cook. And Rorik, the one we have here, well, he says we're soldiers, so we can stick our complaints up our asses.
I could try if you remember the recipe.
Really? Sure, I remember it well. Here you go.
The real secret is I just wanted more cooking recipes. Can we actually make it? What do we need? It's pie. Here you go.
Yes. Still tastes like shit. Exactly how my mother would make it. It's just what I needed.
What?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I really appreciate what you did for me. It's just that every time I doubt my service in the Horns of the South, I need a reminder of why I enlisted.
Your mother wasn't much of a cook?
My mother wasn't much of anything, to tell the truth. She always said I was good for nothing, and that I should be glad she even kept me. And every day she'd bring back home a new uncle. Many of those uncles like to kick me out of my own house when they were drinking and getting busy. Then, when she'd sober up and got rid of an uncle, she'd bake me that pie as an apology. It always tasted like shit. If the other villagers hadn't been feeding me, I would have starved to death. Hence the pie.
Now you have a new family.
Yeah, I do. So, despite the shitty weather and the world being on the verge of collapse, there's still nowhere else I'd rather be.
Okay, that's a random side quest. Okay, so it seems like you can't talk to like generic people, which is good. So you won't waste time talking to them. But you do seemingly want to talk to named people. Yeah, this is all stealing. That's unfortunate.
What a nice day.
Just me and my sketchbook going around solving people's problems. Garrison. I don't know if we want to go in there yet. Come and see the other shops. Hello?
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning majesty, King Arthur, and the Knights of the Round Tables. I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law and reject the rule of the crown is the duty and pride of every subject. As Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces for the death of each bandit roving the area, as long as adequate proof is provided. I also recommend checking the bounty board for information on wanted criminals, especially those considered particularly dangerous. Please, state your business.
I'd like to collect a bounty for bandits.
Really? You fought bandits and killed them? Oh, I want to hear all the details. Here's your reward, but promise you'll tell me everything.
I mean, we killed some, but I don't remember getting proof of them.
If you're seeking scum to slay, you'll find bandits in the ruins of a merchant settlement nearby. It's worth visiting if you haven't already.
Oops, I did not mean to skip his dialogue.
Please.
I'd like to collect a reward for bandit leaders.
Someone finally checked out the notices I was posting on the board.
Back.
Go chop off some heads. Go.
Is it these? No. Where did he post them? Where you? Oh, over here. Okay. Where are you going? The head of Sinan the Giant. In an abandoned village near the King's Road, the bandit known as Sinan the Giant is wanted for murder and robbery. Extremely strong and dangerous. Do not approach alone. Be cautious of his two-handed sword. A dangerous assassin known by the names Silent Cilia the Spectre, Silk Shade Sylvia Sinclair, and Saffron Sheborn, wanted for multiple murders, robbery, and theft. Fingerless Calm, the guy who kicked our teeth in last time. Fingerless Calm is wanted for countless crimes against the people of Camelot, including treason, murder, and robbery. He leads a group of outlaws known as Calm's Dozen. And Rusty Ardgall. The infamous bandit Rusty Ardgall, also known as the Crimson Ardgall, is wanted for crimes against Camelot. His list of offenses includes murder, robbery, extortion, and the desecration of holy sites. He commands a group of equally vile outlaws. Oh, well, we just got a bunch of bounty missions. It's always fun. I think there's actually a day-night cycle. Like, I think people go to sleep. Which also means you can steal from them. I wonder if there's a Thieves Guild in this game. Wait, who are you?
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed right away. So, who's in charge there now?
I'm not from there, nor Timberwall, nor Camelot. I'm from nowhere.
Nowhere? Never heard about it. Must be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you.
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. The Druids are out of the picture already.
Secret coalition, a coup?
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too.
Oh, I get it.
Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
Of course. You don't look that smart either. Are you suggesting that someone intentionally caused the plague? How would I recognize someone from a secret coalition? You don't look that smart either.
You see? It takes one to know one. And that means we're just pawns. Folks like us won't change anything. But we have to talk out loud. It suits them when everyone keeps their mouth shut.
Are you suggesting that someone intentionally caused
Wait
the
a minute.
plague?
I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
So what's at stake?
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. Over Avalon. Over the whole damn course of history.
And how would I recognize someone from a secret coalition?
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up? And us peasants eventually just started to believe in it.
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. And then they built statues, wrote books, and everything else.
You might be right.
You finally get it. It's just a pity that there are so few like us. Well, we just have to keep going, eh? And while we're at it, I have to get back to work. I'm on duty.
Abandoned house. All right, we'll go in there. Maybe we can find a storage or something. Just chicken. Chicken in a sack. What better way to store your chicken? I would love to find storage somewhere. I guess there's the bed. Is that pretty much it, though? Looks like it. Oh, well. At least we know where a bed is, maybe? So I said, I feel like this game would do pretty well with like an actual survival mode. Where you have to eat and sleep. Okay, these are all like people's quarters, and I think because it's nighttime, everyone kind of went to bed. What is this? Seawall First Foot. He who set foot on Avalon under Arthur's command. He who forged a path for the king and his loyal subjects. Glory and honor to the founder of the Horns of the South. Cool. Should we wait till morning? Grindstone. Well, I guess we'll use this. What does this do? Handcrafting. Upgrade. Okay, so you can make your armor better. Attach relic. Armor weight reduction. Okay, interesting. I guess we'll craft a bunch of wooden arrows because ours are all busted. Interesting. So yeah, there is more of a crafting system there. Not just alchemy and cooking, but also a lot of different options. This place seems pretty big. I kind of want to wait. I don't know if you can just wait around. I guess we'll go use... Well, can we just put like a bonfire down? Will people care? Not really. Yeah, let's see, I don't think we can level up. Let's rest until like 8 o'clock.
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? The certainty in Quartermaster Aimer's voice. Beautiful. makes one eager to start work.
I don't think we've ever met.
So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Are we planning a trip to the Stale Lamb? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. I'm waiting for a delivery. Steward Orla will let me know when more arrives. In the meantime, I need to ask you for a favor. So, you in? For the sake of our long friendship?
Yeah, man. What do you need?
You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Say you understand.
I guess we'll choose this one.
Fantastic. So, here's the thing. On a recent night out at Wrong's, it seems I may have left some sensitive documents at the bar. Documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not necessarily sealed by him. You know what I mean. I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, sure.
Splendid. When you have the documents, meet me at the third crowing of the rooster. Or just find me. I'll be around.
Man, it seems like everyone has a side
Hope
quest.
nothing bad happens today. Boy, friend, a question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting. It's good to see a new face in this sad hole. Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blade sharpened?
No, I want to see your shop. The art of making arrows, okay. That'd be worth buying. I assume these are crafting books, yeah. Knight helmet. Make iron weapons. Man, this is cool. I like the crafting system. Claymore. Man, look at these stat requirements. Strength 7. Could buy that kite shield. Battle-tested longbow. We could buy this too if we sell a little bit more. Doesn't take any stats, and it seems pretty good. We could sell some of these. Well, I don't know, man. I don't want to get rid of the things I have. I like them. That's why I have them. I don't think we need these books once we've learned the recipes. I'm going to assume we don't. That's pretty cool. It actually puts the sketch in your inventory too. And it's worth 1 gold. There's another infinite money hack right there. Should we buy this bow? It's pretty expensive, but I think we'll be able to use it. I think it's way better than the bow we have too. Yeah, it is. Holy crap. It's like double the damage. And it looks pretty cool. All right, got any work for me?
Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too delicate for you to handle. Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it. And I'll have work for you immediately. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lockdown, there's not much demand for my services either.
There must be something I can help you out with.
Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. If you're willing to learn, that is.
Oh, so he's like the crafting tutorial trainer?
Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make good use of that. You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemists. They're likely snatching up the corpses, using the muck to cook their weird concoctions. But perhaps you'd rather craft yourself some armor from those hides, huh? We should start with something simple. Let's see. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. And when you're done, you can bring it over so I can see what you've made.
Seems fair. Corpse eater armor? I don't feel like we actually need to read the recipe books. Seems like we just unlocked it. So let's go to the grindstone, handcrafting. Yeah, corpse eater. We need more leather and iron. Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll find more of it. I wish. Can you hover over these? What do these say? Yeah, okay, so you actually can. Oh, there you are.
Blessings upon you, stranger. May the word always resonate within your soul.
Thank you. I've already been blessed with tongs, pincers, fire.
What do you mean, my child?
You're a red priest. I think you have a pretty good idea what I mean. It must be a long time since you visited the island asylum. You're a red priest. I think you have a pretty good idea of what I mean.
I'm afraid you are attributing too many characteristics to me based solely on the clothes I wear. The Horns of the South are my home. My mission is to spread the word. The word is good. I'm afraid that I simply cannot believe your blasphemous words without proof.
Here's your proof. Is this enough? A letter to the prior.
Father Leon. I knew him in my youth. He was my mentor, a truly devoted servant of the Prophet. Back then, he was already showing signs of being overly devoted, let's call it. He followed the word and the word alone, which might seem commendable, but it doesn't necessarily make for easy, everyday communication between brothers. He answered questions with quotes. Can you imagine? We never knew whether his faith was truly that strong, or if he was just mocking us. So, this letter, well, it doesn't prove much. It's true that it's written in a normal way, and not using quotes. But the seal matches, and the handwriting too, so I dare not question its authenticity. I dare say, however, that Father Leon's devotion might have turned into madness. Why shouldn't it?
Yes. All right. You have a shot.
Kai's blessings know no bounds, but sometimes it's useful to seal them in a handy flask.
Ooh, he has some spells. 2,000 gold. I don't think we can afford that. Creates a magical shield, fully negating the next received damage. That seems pretty good. And a healing spell. I really wish we could afford those. All right.
May Kai's word always guide you. In the word, you will find solace.
Okay, so this guy that we're reporting to you right now is a quartermaster, so there's a good chance he has like stuff for us to buy. Kitchen. What is this? Stash. Okay. Here we go. Let's put all this heavy freaking gear away then. Can we talk to you? No.
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. He's a quack and a butcher who likes to watch people suffer.
That's a serious accusation.
And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, he doesn't know shit. All of those academic types think they're better than us village folk, just because they read a book. We've been getting by just fine without any of their crap.
Yeah, down with books. Why do you say that?
I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did? He said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to Osprey to get it pulled out.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds like horse crap. My grandma was smarter than your lot, and she couldn't even read. She knew how to make a proper potion for toothache. If I were any good at mixing that stuff, I wouldn't need to deal with quacks like Heber. I even gave him my grandma's recipe, but he said it was no good.
You still have it?
No, Heber took it, the plonker. Said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable homebrew medicine spreading through the keep.
I'll talk to him for you. If you just remove the tooth, you wouldn't need a potion. I'll talk to him.
You will? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Tooth saver, yeah? No matter.
I really just want the recipe. I don't really care about your tooth. Is Jan's quarters? Is that the healer? Who's Jan? Ooh, there's a bunch of coin here. I'll be taking that, and that. How's it going? You still have that recipe?
Oh, sorry. Do I know you? I'm terrible with faces. Either way, glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Jan Heber, a physician raised in Camelot and trained in the Royal Academy.
Very fancy. What are you selling? Okay, so he's selling some recipe books. Flicker Bolt. Shoots a small lightning shock. Frost, Fire, Venom. Okay. Okay, so he's got like the 4 basic spells. They're a little bit too expensive for us. There's a keeper with a toothache complaining that you don't want to help him.
Lanzo knows very well what he must do. I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can do for him. Either he removes the tooth, or it will keep hurting.
He said something about a remedy?
Yes, his grandma's miracle medicine. I honestly don't have time for village superstitions. I had to confiscate the recipe as well, lest he tries making it himself. As if I don't have enough problems already.
Could I have it?
No, I thought I made myself clear. If you want an excuse to drink yourself to oblivion on moonshine, just drink the moonshine. No need to add other potentially dangerous ingredients.
Like what?
Well, to be fair, the base recipe is pretty harmless. But what if someone decides that if they don't have carnation, it's perfectly fine to substitute it with devil's snare, since the color is more or less the same? Or sage with wolfsbane, because, you know, leaves are leaves. I'm sorry, but unfortunately I know these people well enough not to trust them with something like this.
So if I combine moonshine, carnation, and sage, I'll get the remedy?
What? How do you... You know what? Fine. Do whatever you want. But if it causes you to shit yourself for 3 days straight, don't come running to me.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Why would you, though? Don't you have better things to do?
Not really. Not really, there you go.
Well, if you're not in the mood for sharing, then I won't ask. You might have more success getting people to trust you with their personal matters if you were a little bit more forthcoming, you know?
I guess I'm trying to get in the Quartermaster's good books.
Aha, got it. So you're up for work not out of the goodness of your heart, but for your own selfish plans.
Aren't we all? Doesn't everyone have an agenda?
Good point. That is a very good point. But all right, if you're a mercenary, then I do have a job for someone who'd be willing to risk their life in exchange for material goods.
Just tell me what needs to get done.
Straight to the point, eh? All right. I need someone to perform a ritual within a stone circle nearby. You go there, read a spell, do whatever needs to be done, come back and tell me exactly what happened.
Sounds easy enough. To all seekers of knowledge, heed these words. You have stepped onto a legible that will lead you to the greatest treasure of all, wisdom. As you are preparing to become a vessel for ancient druidic secrets, gather the following ingredients. Knowledge you seek: venison, onion, garlic. Put them in a cauldron. Take those offerings to a sacred druidic site of your choosing, put them on the altar, and then wait patiently for enlightenment to dawn on you. Also got a recipe, toothache recipe. We need sage. We don't have any sage. Guess I'll keep my eye out for sage. All right, let's talk to Fergus. Hello.
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope.
Yeah, he was pretty drunk.
Most unfortunate. But that explains why you just strutted into the horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the quartermaster here. Now state your business. And please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see.
I got this pin from a friend. I assume you know what it means.
Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he?
We got shipwrecked on the way. I assume he's dead. I doubt he's dead. He seems like a pretty important character. He could have made it.
If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one.
Thank you.
Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home.
Ooh, there's a lot of options. And none of them are to trade. Ninian is dead. He asked me to bring you this. I think this is the guy who was being tortured. Yeah, that's where we know the name Fergus.
Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. damn shame. He was one of the good ones. You did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after they're gone. But, now that I think of it, how did you manage to get hold of his tag?
He wasn't taken by the Red Death. The Red Priest tortured him in the island asylum.
Tortured? In the asylum? You can't expect me to take that at face value. Brother Riagan said Ninian was too weak to survive the journey. They came for him, and we even held a symbolic keeper's burial for him. And what were you doing in the island asylum?
Oh,
you
no.
look fine, but if you were there, near him...
It's okay. King Arthur cured me, and now I'm immune. Just sound like a lunatic. It was a misunderstanding. The Red Priest caught the wrong person. Yeah, I was cured by King Arthur, and now I'm immune. That seems like a good response.
I honestly think your sense of humor is the worst, but I have to respect your unwillingness to share your story. Still, you have to understand, now that you've told me this, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. No risks can be taken when it comes to the Red Death.
You should probably kill me then. I found a piece of metal with an inscription. Do you know what it is?
That's one of our tags. Every soldier gets one when they pledge their loyalty. I just hope the body you took it from was already cold, because killing a keeper would land you in some serious trouble. You know, here's what I'm thinking. If you stumble over any of our fallen keepers out there, bring me their tags. Sure, they all swore to stay here until the bitter end, but they have families who deserve to know what became of them. It's part of my duty, but since I can't send any more beyond these walls, maybe you could lend a hand. I'll pay you for every tag you bring back.
Sweet. Is there anything I can do to help you with? I'd like to speak with the captain. I'm here for Excalibur.
Excalibur? You want to pull it out? That's a good one. Well, be my guest. If you think you can, go ahead. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I wouldn't count on it.
I kind of am. Is there anything I can help you with?
We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it. Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on there. He's our huntsman. He keeps us stocked with meat, so the lads don't have to live on fish alone. They get pretty grumpy when that happens. Right now, Marg is the only other person who's allowed to leave the keep. I'm not about to risk the life of our last link to the outside world, especially when you're so eager to lend a hand.
All right, I'll do it. Do you have any idea what might be causing this?
There is a local legend about a dark druid named... Slaughter? Slaughter, that was it. He was a necromancer rumored to be able to raise the dead and make them do his bidding. It's quite an old legend, though, so unless he managed to raise himself from the dead, I doubt he's behind this.
Can you tell me more about the cemetery?
It's old. From what I've heard, it even predates the Horns of the South. The keepers and the people from the village below used to bury their dead there, but after the flood, it's been pretty much abandoned.
The flood?
Yeah, damn druids. They flooded a village of innocent people just to show everyone they're still in power. Fat lot of good it did them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad we got rid of them. The things they could do were unnatural.
Where is the cemetery?
It's not far, and it's hard to miss. But honestly, I'd suggest you go see Marg first. You don't really know what you're walking into, so if I were you, I'd try to learn as much as possible beforehand.
All right, I'll do that.
Good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been causing the problem.
I talked to Orlaith. Why can't she leave this place?
That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her presence here distracts my men.
If you know Oddrin's a drunk, why do you keep him stationed at the front gate?
He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job. And no offense to Odrin, but let's just say we can afford to lose him.
Having a drunk guard at the front gate is not a very good look.
I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult.
Man, there's a lot of dialogue in this game. It's kind of crazy. Maybe I'm just used to like Skyrim, where NPCs have one line, you know, There's a nip in the air, won't be good for my crops. That's all he ever says. That's his whole story. So what's the story behind that flooded village near the Horn?
It used to belong to the keep. You could say it was its beating heart. That village was where our lighthouses led the ships, and where the workers lived with their families. Ah, those must have been the days. But then the ships stopped coming, and there were less and less new keepers, and the others left looking for a better life. Until, at last, the sea took most of it.
Is there anything interesting left there?
Depends on your idea of interesting. There's a weird statue with a gong, but I'm not sure how much of it is left. Other than that, probably just damp rubble. I don't know. Ask Marg. I'm pretty sure he just sits there all day instead of hunting. No wonder we've been eating nothing but fish.
What exactly are you responsible for here?
I'm Captain Brandon's right hand. He deals with the serious matters I don't want to know anything about. I take care of our everyday life.
That's fair. That's fair.
If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
Okay, so what does our main quest say? I guess we could talk to the captain. That was an option. I didn't know if that was going to progress the main story. I'd like to speak with the captain.
Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon.
Why not?
Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters?
Yeah, why
There
not?
wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there?
Let me see the captain, or else. That's fine. He doesn't want to. We don't need to threaten the man. Man, there's a lot to do. We picked up 100 quests. And I'm sure there's more in this keep. 8.
You! Ah, shit. Another mouth to feed. Teargas must have been off his rocker if he thinks I can feed everyone with the little he gives me. I'm serious. If we don't open the keep soon, we'll have to start eating rats. Not that I can't cook them in a way that makes you think it's chicken.
Could you teach me some recipes?
Oh, this is new. Maybe we'll get along after all. The dimwits here never want to learn. Only eat.
Is there anywhere around here to get a good meal?
Oh, you're trying to piss me off, aren't you? If you don't like my food, then get lost. Go to Ron's Tavern and stop wasting my time.
Where can I find it?
In the fishing village. That's where the guards retire to sit on their asses and fart. Or sit, fart, and drink themselves into a stupor.
Doesn't seem like you're in a hurry to retire.
Hell no. I'd rather stay useful here and drop dead at my stove than waste space over there. If someone's still fit to work but chooses to laze around all day instead, they should be kicked out, not rewarded with free beer.
Alright, what do you have for sale? It does have some recipes. They're really expensive. We actually have this one, I think.
You all right, newbie? Have you been to see the refugees? I can't believe poor Cole was put in a cage.
No, I haven't. Who's Cole?
Hey, what a mess.
This is a
Cole
weird
came
angle.
to us with a group of refugees from some nearby villages. They were looking for shelter from, well, everything that's been happening here. Bandits, the weirdness, the Del Reader, hunger. I was happy Fergus let them in and allowed them to stay. You'll meet them in the village. They live in the buildings up high. Not long ago, though, Cole started acting very strange, erratic, sometimes even aggressive. One of our keepers, old Mahon, tried to calm him down. He might have used too much force, and Cole felt compelled to defend himself. He bit old Mahon. And since then, the old fool has been lying in the infirmary. Frankly, I think Mahon brought it on himself. They shouldn't have put that poor man in a cage.
Okay.
Wait. If you ever meet Patrice, please give her those flowers. I know it's not much,
Talking
but
about?
I'd like her to know she's not alone. I support her and the other refugees. And I'm sure there are more of us who do.
Okay. Ooh, sage. We were looking for that. I don't think that's enough, though. This is the barracks. So where exactly is the village? Is it over here? Is this the village? Because they're saying it's like up high somewhere. Maybe. What's going on over here? That looks kind of like a lighthouse. Man, this place is gigantic. We'll stay in the keep for now. See if there's anything else here. Jail. Let's check out the barracks. We haven't been in there yet. Yes, this is the Explore the Keep episode, if you couldn't tell already. You should have been able to. That's all we've done this game, is talk to people. Ooh, these are all locked chests. I don't want to grab, like, more than gold or, like, recipes because, yeah, we don't have anything... We don't have anyone to sell stuff to yet, so... It's just gonna overburden us. We'll take, like, potions, though. Getting lots of theft level ups. All right, that's a couple hundred gold right there. All right, well, we might as well check out the jail. I think there's like a whole crime system in this. I don't think anyone in this game is essential, kind of like Dark Souls or Morrowind. Like the knight that took us off the island with the boat, I think we could have like tried to kill him, basically.
What do you need? This is a prison, not a museum. We don't admire here. We punish. At least, that's what they tell me to say. I'm supposed to be intimidating. Grrr. So the prisoners are scared of me.
Why are you a shop? Why do you have a cut off hand as one of your weapons? Got anyone interesting here?
Usually, it's nothing but interesting, folks. I'm telling you, in these crazy times, every one of them comes in with some wild tale. But right now, quiet as can be. Good thing I've got my books. All my adventures are in there these days.
Like this guy's voice. For a prison guard, you seem pretty content.
Because I am. I asked for this post. Just to get some peace, quiet, and warmth. No useless small talk. No shrieking seagulls. And none of that cursed biting wind. I'm telling you, it's heaven. And I get to read my books, too. So if you've got anything interesting, I'd be glad to trade. Safe travels.
I'll be taking your ale, though. Can we just open this? No one cares. Hey.
Oh, who are you? What do you want? I don't recognize your face.
Are you a keeper? Why are you in the cell?
I am. They told me it's for my safety, and the safety of others. I don't like it. The keep is supposed to be my home. And yet here I am, locked in a damn jail.
Can I help you?
The medic and that red priest both came to see me. Both shrugged, offering no cure.
Very quiet, sir.
Heber says I should wait. But if you've got anything stronger to drink, I wouldn't say no. It might ease the pain. Even just for a little.
Do have some ale. Moonshine's pretty strong.
Thanks. That's really nice of you.
What happened?
That cursed madman from the refugee group bit me. I think his name is Cole. The boys told me he's locked up in a cage now. Good. That's the proper place for animals like him. By the all-mother, if I'd known he was carrying some foul disease, I wouldn't have gone near them.
Why did he bite you?
He's just mad. I told the others the group of refugees would bring no good here. And as you can see, I wasn't wrong. Cursed bastards.
How would you describe what's happening to you?
Damned if I know. Whenever I've had a fever or cold before, I could always explain it. But this, I can't find the words. sometimes it feels like I'm fading away. Like the part of me that makes me who I am is disappearing. I don't know how to describe it. And there's a voice at times. It calls to me. Each night it draws nearer.
Oh, that's terrifying. What is the voice?
Like a dreadful howl. Not at all human, that's for sure. At times, I hear our words within it. But more often, it's like a noise from deep within the bowels of the earth. Like something very wicked.
Ah, so
Hold
you're like a
fast
werewolf.
And steer clear of those strangers.
I bet he turns into a werewolf at one point. Nothing in there, nothing in there. Alright. We'll steal your other ale you have on the shelf, though. And we're still not done exploring this place. Holy crap, man. Maybe there's only like a few major towns like this in the whole game, like maybe one for each region, but a lot to do. Lots of quests as well. We can also go up here on the castle walls just to see what's going on. I'm sure these people might have quests too. Oh, Magnum PI.
Are you here to keep me company or put me out of my misery?
Whatever you want.
Just kidding. Love the view, but this weather is killing me.
Is it always so windy?
Always windy. Always moist.
Maybe your clothes are too thin.
You don't say. I didn't choose to be here. Our beloved Quartermaster sent me to freeze my arse off. He said as punishment for spitting on the good name of the keepers. Whatever the hell that means. I just got drunk in the tavern and lost half my pay. And maybe some of my clothes. But I mean, why would he even care? It was my gold. I can spend it how I please.
So I assume there's something you need?
Oh, aye. I need a warm coat. And I mean the absolute warmest coat you can get, huh? Osprey might have something in stock or know how to make one. I'd ask myself, but he's not exactly speaking with me these days.
Sure, I'll get you
Thanks,
something.
friend. I knew I could count on you.
See, I mean, a lot of these quests are definitely, you know, nothing too crazy. We're getting a mana coat. That's not exactly the peak of RPG writing, but it is, I don't know, it kind of just fleshes out the world, you know? Not every quest needs to be this grand adventure. They can be more simple. Can we take the stuff in here? We can. But not this chest for some reason. Well, that means we're going to pick it. Leather boots of roots? Hitting an enemy immobilizes them for 5 seconds. That seems really good. Sure could wear them.
Hey, tell me, can you read?
I can. Why?
Listen, I'm no good with words. Could you read me a letter from my sister? She's learning how to read and write. Can you believe it? She writes letters to me. I'm so proud of her.
Sure, I'll read it for you.
Oh, thanks. Here's the letter.
Brother, it ain't good news, sorry. Few red priests came. They wanted to take Mum and some other folks because of the plague. Our dad and some other man did not agree. There was a fight and father got killed. Now I'm taking care of Mom. She's feeling more and more weak. We don't know if the priests are going to come back or what. It's hard, but she asked me to send her love and tell you to keep going and do good things because that's the most important thing. It's me, Ian. I'm praying for you. Oh boy.
And what did it say? Everyone's healthy.
Yes, everything is fine. They send you their love. I'm sorry, something terrible happened.
No, you must have misunderstood something. What do I do now? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I should go back to him, right?
You might get caught. You'd be accused of desertion and killed. It won't change a thing. Yes, I think you should go to them. It won't change a thing. Seems kind of mean. I wish we could tell him what his mom said. You might get caught and be accused of desertion and killed.
I guess that's true. Yes. Excuse me. I need to be alone.
What do you think of scale armor?
What?
Scale armor. What do you think of it? The ones all the keepers wear.
I think there's better to be had out there. I feel like you want to tell me what you think of it. I mean, we could try this. 20%.
Sure. Maybe it's easy to make and doesn't restrict movement, but it doesn't provide the best protection. Someone just needs to stab you between the scales and you're done for. Lamella armor is much better. That will prevent you from being run through with a polearm or getting shot with a bow. It's also much more comfortable.
How do you know so much about this?
I read a lot about it. In Volume 4 of the Armourer's Almanac, Arden's Shadowblade describes the differences between various types of armour. For example, chainmail allows for a good range of movement, but it's heavy. It also provides poor protection against blunt weapons, and its production is laborious.
So you've never worn any other armor apart from what you're wearing right now?
No, but I have knowledge from books and a lot of thoughts on the subject, so I know what it would be like to wear different armour.
Who's Arden Shadowblade?
Shadowblade is a moniker. Arden is passionate about weapons and armour. He has great knowledge of materials, techniques, and history. A true expert. Everything he writes is interesting. I would love to meet him one day.
Why don't you tell the quartermaster or the blacksmith that lamellar armor is better?
I told them, but they both said I know jack shit. Besides, the keepers rarely go outside the walls nowadays. Then the quartermaster added that if I don't like our equipment, he could send me out scouting in just my underwear.
Sounds like a dick. Then maybe don't raise the topic anymore?
Perhaps you're right. But if somebody ever stabs me under the scales, I'll go straight to the quartermaster and give him an earful.
You know how to make it?
Oh, of course. I mean, I've never made one. I'm not an armourer. But I've read so much about it that I'm sure it won't be a problem. Here's the page from the Armourer's Almanac that explains the process.
Sweet. Shadowblade's armor that we can now make. That's pretty cool. See, that's why you gotta talk to everyone. There's some dude here up on the castle wall who gives you a recipe. Anyways, I am going to end the video there for today. If you made it this far, consider liking and subscribing if you have not already, as it does help the channel immensely. Other than that though, thank you for watching and peace out.